Well, all right, we're back. It's Peeps Wax Packs, and we've got some bargain buys to show you today, and they are bargain buys inspired by. Shoebox Legends does a little inspired by, or did do an inspired by series, and this is going to be kind of like that. I'm going to have to come up with a name. Bargains, pals, and cards. Here's the first one. He showed this the other week, last week maybe, a week or two ago. This beautiful Pinnacle rink collection in Dufex, commemorating the Stanley Cup champion Mark Messier and New York Rangers in 1994. Fantastic image. Shoebox Shane showed this over on his channel. Let's get it out of this penny sleeve. The light in here is not going to do this justice. I'm having a hard time with the light in my kitchen right now. But anyway, you can get a sense of it. It's not coming through on camera that well. But the Dufex is fantastic. It's almost lenticular. I guess it is lenticular in some way. It's a multifaceted print, and the light really captures it nicely. And couple that with the beautiful foil work of mid-90s Pinnacle, and you've got a winner. Just like the Stanley Cup winner right there in that picture. Know what I'm talking about? Anyway, we got Mark Messier, one of my all-time faves. I watched the New York Rangers win this Stanley Cup with my good friend Johnny from Chicago. And good friend is putting it lightly. He's one of my best friends in the world. And there it is, Mark Messier hoisting the Stanley Cup, the beautiful Stanley Cup. That led me to this next pickup. And this was a tip, actually, from Shoebox Shane. He told me, hey, go over to My Slabs. They got this museum collection, this Pinnacle museum collection, also Dufex, just like that 94 rink collection. This is the 94 museum collection. It's Pinnacle's Dufex release, Dufex sort of parallel, if you will. And this is just a fantastic image of Ricky in the CSG holder with the green flip. I just think it is the perfect flip for this card. And an 8.5, that surface is so sensitive. 8.5 is just fine by me. And it looks fantastic. I don't see anything wrong with it, frankly. And the image, the Dufex, the mid-90s Pinnacle mastery of print technology is something that I think is a little overlooked. And, you know, it can be capitalized on. I was able to pick that up. I believe it was under $15, folks. Under 15 bucks, if I'm not mistaken. Might have been 13 and change, if I'm remembering correctly. It's somewhere in that neighborhood. Couldn't pass it up. Thank you, Shane, for that tip. So a couple of Dufex highlights to start off this bargain pickup episode. So far, we've spent under 20 bucks for these two amazing cards, in my opinion. Less than the cost of a blaster right now. We're going to bring in pickup number 3, and that is the Gordie Howe Immortalized. Now, this is another card that Shoebox Shane showed on his channel recently. It is the first Prism hockey release. So we're going to kind of do two, hint, we're going to do two of these Prism or Prism Silver cards from the first Prism hockey release. This one being Mr. Hockey, Gordie Howe, immortalized there, standing with the Stanley Cup. This is card number 13 in the insert set. And there it is, Prism under that number, and that is the giveaway. You see, I picked this up because it had not been designated. So there was only a picture of the front of this card on eBay, and I said, hey, can you shoot me a picture of the back? And that was when I could confirm Prism was listed under the number there, and that told me it was the refractor version of this card, which is far more rare than the standard version. Both beautifully etched, but the refractor factor is really what sold me on this one. I was able to bring this home for $5 shipped, and I'm confident it was only because the seller just didn't know or didn't care that this was the parallel to the base card. So we're going to slide that over here. It's my first Mr. Hockey card. It's embarrassing. I don't have any vintage Gordie Howe. That's something I do need to work on. And what I'm going to do is play around with this in the background to try to catch the light just right, and it's ultimately not going to work. So we're going to refocus and bring in this second pickup, which is in the same insert set. My fave, Mark Messier. Immortalized here, number 7 in that insert set. And this one was recognized as the Prism Parallel when I was searching it out. However, it was a very good price. It was, I think, $7 shipped. So between the two of those, that's $12 shipped for a little insert set here that I think is just quite the insert set. I think it's something that might be newly discovered or discovered again, let's say, because these were not easy to get. And, if you just look at the pack odds and all, these were not that common. And being in the very first Prism release for hockey, all that etching goodness, I just really believe in this set. And thank you, Shane, for sort of tipping me off to this set. I think you're onto something there, pal. And I'm in. I'm fully in. Rink collection, Prism hockey. Yeah. Sign me up. Take care, everyone.